twilight, these sisters discuss the paranormal and the unnerving. They are known as the ParaSisters.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Rebecca.
And it's Tristan.
And you are watching and listening to the ParaSisters. What?
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully you are anyway. That's what all the cool kids are doing nowadays.
That's right. Not crack.
That's right. Don't do crack. Do ParaSisters.
Not acid.
That sounds weird,
ParaSisters.
but there you go. You don't need
That's
that
the
stuff.
way to go.
You don't need that stuff if you got us, man.
We'll give you your paranormal fix.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Sometimes maybe we'll scare the pants off you. We don't know. So, anywho.
But don't send us pictures of your pants off.
Oh, holy hell, please don't. Our husbands might track you down and murder you. And we're not responsible for that shit, so.
I don't even know if that's a might. I'm probably going to say that's a most definitely.
Andrew might not. He might not, like, I don't know, work himself up into that state. I don't know. He'd probably look at me like, why are you soliciting people with their pants off?
Yeah, well.
Which I'm not doing, by the way. Okay. Anyway, before we get into our little episode here, just want to tell y'all, make sure you go and like us and subscribe to us. We are everywhere. We are on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. And of course, if you're watching this, that's YouTube. And I don't know any of the names like Tristan does. I'm not super fancy. But all of our links are always in our videos. And make sure you check out Tristan's boutique. We always add the link to that as well, because there's some awesome things on there. And of course, if you like to be like me at work listening to podcasts, we are on all the platforms, pretty much. I still feel bad we're not on Apple. I feel like we're letting down our Apple listeners because, you know, we have millions and millions of listeners. We don't.
One day.
We don't. Okay.
Give us a reason to go to Apple.
Yeah, come on, man. Comment me and say, I need that shit on Apple. And I will be like, okay, I'll do it. Done. Otherwise, I'm too lazy and I'm very, very forgetful, so I won't do it. So, what's up, man? Are you excited for Halloween, Tristan?
I am so excited for Halloween. You don't even know. Like, I've been decorating for quite a bit of this day, my entire house inside. So, I'm so excited. I'm actually going to take some pictures and put them on our Instagram page of the things that I've done inside the house. So you guys look for that on Instagram.
I feel like a Halloween lame-o. This is like the extent of my inside Halloween decorations are these things that I bought at the dollar store. And a cat.
They're so cute, though.
This is my trio of Halloween items. However, when we do our live Halloween video, episode, case, whatever you want to call it, my whole area here is going to be very Halloween-y, so make sure you guys watch that when it comes up.
And in a couple weeks, we have a surprise for you guys, so super excited about that. Dylan, the tech guy, is working on that for me right now, so it will be fantastic.
Fantastical. That's my fantastic fingers. Okay, so I guess we should just get started here. Yes,
I'm excited.
I've come to the realization that for some reason I am obsessed with folklore. That's
me too.
I don't know why that's been my theme lately, but today I'm going to talk about Kelpies.
Ooh!
And I don't know if you've ever heard of a Kelpie. I feel like most people have heard of Selkies, which are a completely different thing, but they're extremely similar also. And they're both Celtic folklore, which I'm obsessed with all things like Celtic or even like Old English, you know, those types of over there in that part of the world. So
me too. So I'm obsessed with Celtic stuff.
Me too.
Sorry, guys. Jeez, that was awful.
Tristan's blowing up bombs over there. All right. You can't say bomb on an airplane. Bomb. Okay. I love Meet the Parents, okay? That just always pops in my mind when I hear the word bomb.
Take the sticks out of your head.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right, Kelpies. Do you know anything about Kelpies, Tristan?
Not specifically. I have heard of them because, like you, I love lore.
Yes.
So,
So I don't think this is going to be terribly long. I was actually going to do Kelpies and Selkies together, like one episode, but Selkies is much, much more information than Kelpies are. I don't know if it's because they're just more prevalent than Kelpies are. I have no idea why, but so I decided that if I'm going to do them some other time and stick with Kelpies because I heard of Kelpies and I'm like obsessed with them, which is weird because they're apparently not nice. So, Kelpies or water Kelpies is a shape-shifting water spirit that usually inhabits like lochs and pools in Scotland. And like I said, it's a Celtic legend, but there are other cultures that have really similar like legends or mythological things. I don't know. So, Kelpies are usually described as powerful and beautiful black horses inhabiting, like I said, the deep pools and rivers and streams of Scotland. And these black horses are able to take human form and they actually prey on any humans that they encounter. So that already doesn't sound like they're very nice, right?
right.
So an identifying characteristic of a Kelpie is its hooves, which are reversed compared to a normal horse's hooves, obviously, which are not.
Okay.
And so this is a trait that's actually shared by the Niker of Iceland, which I don't know if I pronounced that correctly at all, but there you go. So there are some variations, like in Aberdeenshire, they portray Kelpies as a horse with a mane of serpents, and some resident that didn't make sense. Whereas the resident equine spirit of the River Spey is white and could entrance its victims to get onto its back by singing. And I will tell you what happens when you're on a Kelpie's back, so after this, do not ride a Kelpie, please. That's all I'm asking you. Don't do it, man. Just say no. Okay. Just say no. So almost every sizable body of water in Scotland has some kind of Kelpie story related to it. But this is what surprised me, is that the most widely reported stories come from Loch Ness.
Oh, really? No kidding.
So I find it odd. Loch Ness is huge, so anybody who's obviously knows anything about the Loch Ness monster knows that it's a very, very huge loch. And I don't know if it's really mythical, and that's why there's so many like weird creatures that people are claiming to see or what, but you know. So, Kelpies have parallels to other, like I said before, mythological creatures like the German Neck or Nixie and the Scandinavian, oh god, I'm so sorry. I think it's the Bakahast. And so those are similar, but I didn't really look those up because I was like, I don't know. That sounds like more work, so I didn't look those up. And then there's also something called a Wiwin, which is Central American. And Australia has something called listen, if we got any Australian listeners, maybe you can explain to me why your things are named so oddly, because you speak English over there, alright? And their thing is called the Bunyip.
Bunny up?
Yeah, like a bunny ip. Bunyip.
Bunny up.
And yeah, so these are the counterparts, and it's pretty much all over the world, corner to corner, people are seeing these things that are like a Kelpie. So the original Kelpie is believed to be a malevolent water horse, and its orientation I can't talk or read today. Sorry, people.
That's okay.
It originated in human sacrifices. So they thought that I don't know why people sacrificed humans, but they did. But they thought that they were appeasing the water gods by sacrificing humans. And I think the water gods are Kelpies, even though they're not very good. So I'm not really sure why they would ever like. I don't
Could
know.
these Kelpies be the spirits of these people that they're sacrificing?
Ooh, interesting. That's interesting because Kelpies, like, there is a story I read about Kelpies, and I'll go into that later, but it is interesting because apparently if you're nice to them, they don't like it. So, like, I don't know. But most people think that, stories about Kelpies are really serve to have a practical purpose of keeping children away from dangerous stretches of water, and of course warning young women away from handsome strangers, because that was always a fear, that your daughter was going to run off with somebody and disgrace herself and the family. Because
Yeah, just don't go by the lock to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they don't like premarital sex and things like that back then, so that was really frowned upon.
I know. I just think it's hilarious that they thought that all that happened by the lock.
Yeah, like I don't I think it has to be near a lock, otherwise it's not a Kelpie, it's just a horse.
No, I'm talking about the premarital thing.
Hey, maybe it does. Who knows? The river
Don't
is
go- don't
very
go.
romantic. I don't. Oh Lord, I'm so off today. Okay, so Walter Gregor, who is a folklorist, which is an awesome job, and I wish I had that, honestly, if that's a job
Me
at all.
too.
I don't know. Described the creature's nature as useful, hurtful, or seeking human companionship. So maybe they're not mean. Maybe they're just lonely. Who knows?
Right, like sad.
Yeah, exactly. So, in some cases, Kelpies take their victims into the water, devour them, and then throw their entrails to the water's edge. Which seems not very nice to me. I don't know.
Well, if you're lonely, quit killing the people who come to see you.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, oh, I want some human companionship, but I'm also hungry. What do I do?
And I'll eat everything but your entrails, which
Yeah.
I'll feed to something else.
It's a conundrum. Maybe it's like to lure more people in. I don't know. So in its equine form, the Kelpie is able to extend the length of its back to carry pretty much as many riders as it needs to. And it takes them into the depths of the water once you're on their back. So, a common theme in the tales is several children, usually 9 is what I've heard a lot of, kind of climb onto this creature's back while one child, a boy, refuses to join. Although he does, for some reason or another, actually pet the horse, and his hand gets stuck to it and he can't get it off. So he decides to cut off his fingers to get his hand off. And which actually, in this story, it ends up saving his life because all of his friends are taken down and drowned, and only some of their entrails are found later on. So it kind of makes me sad that a Kelpie would kill children, but
Right.
I mean, maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know what it is. So like I said, they take human form, and they may also, they may betray themselves in human form by having water weeds in their hair. So they may look like a human, but then you get a closer look and they have like
Kelp
yeah,
in
they're
their
like
hair.
exact weeds. So Gregor, I think that's the guy we were talking about before. I don't remember already. He described a Kelpie adopting the guise of a wizened old man who continually mutters to himself while he sits on a bridge stitching a pair of trousers. And so, believing it to be a Kelpie, a passing local struck it in the head, causing it to revert to its equine form and scamper back to its lair in a nearby pond. Which is weird that the Kelpie didn't get mad and eat this person for hitting it in the head.
Right?
Like, I'd be like, what, bitch? What?
Right.
So, yeah, I'd be like, what are you doing, man? So other accounts describe the Kelpie when appearing in a human form as a rough, shaggy man who leaps behind a solitary rider, gripping and crushing him, or tearing apart and devouring humans. So that's always nice too, when you have like a human form of a thing devouring humans. It's not creepy. It's not creepy at all.
No, I mean, you know,
it's totally natural.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, what that's that clan of people that lived in the caves, and they used to like get like people on the trails, and then they'd take them back to their caves and eat them. The highwaymen. Yeah, they were like highwaymen, so they would like rob and then eat them.
I know exactly who you're talking about. That actually happened in Scotland.
Yeah, that's an actual clan. So.
I know.
Maybe they were Kelpies. Ooh.
Maybe they were Kelpie, a clan of Kelpies who lived in the caves.
Cave Kelpies.
Cave Kelpies, not water Kelpies.
Oh gosh, people are weird. Okay. So a folk tale from Barra, which I'm not exactly sure where that is, but it might be Barra. I think it's Barra. Tells of a lonely Kelpie that transforms itself into a handsome young man to woo a girl that he obviously thought was pretty and was determined to take for his wife. But the girl apparently recognizes that this guy is a Kelpie and takes his necklace, which is actually his bridle, because if you take a Kelpie's bridle, you then can control it and any other Kelpie that you ever come across, which is
really
insane, right? So she steals this necklace because he's in his human form while he's sleeping, and as soon as she takes it, the Kelpie immediately goes back to his equine form, and the girl takes him, because she now can control him, to her father's farm, where it's put to work for a year. And at the end of the time, the girl rides the Kelpie to talk to this wise man, who I guess she's asking for advice. I don't know. The wise man, tells her to return the necklace, and then he asks the Kelpie, once he was transformed into the human form, he asked them how... or if given a choice, if he would choose to be a Kelpie or a mortal. And I guess he looks at the girl and says, well, would you marry me if I was a mortal? And she says yes, and they actually get married and live happily ever after. So apparently there are tales where Kelpies can choose to stay human form if they want to. I don't know.
It's kind of oddly romantic and sweet.
It is. It's weird because she used him as a slave on her farm, basically.
Right.
And then she rode him around.
Obviously felt bad about it because she wanted to get some advice, but
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's oddly sweet.
It is kind of
weird.
It's like a King Arthur tale.
That Kelpie definitely had Stockholm syndrome.
Yes, it totally. I feel sorry for that Kelpie now. All I wanted to do was get a beautiful girl. So traditionally, Kelpies in their human form are males, but there are some, not very many, stories describing the creature in female form. So one of these is set at Conan House in Ross and Cromarty. And I don't know where, I'm sorry. It tells of a tall woman dressed in green with a withered countenance, ever distorted by a malignant scowl. And this woman apparently overpowers and drowns a man and a boy after she jumped out of the stream at them. So that's quite frightening, honestly.
That is quite frightening.
They're just walking along.
I like her resting bitch face, like
Yeah,
totally
totes,
awful.
man. It's not just like a bitch face, like malevolent. So like, how do you even? I don't know if I could have like a malevolent face. I don't know.
I'm gonna give her points for that resting bitch face.
You should try a malevolent face, Tristan.
I don't know if I could.
I can't. Okay. Anywho. All right. So, the arrival of Christianity in Scotland in the 6th century, because of course before that they were pagans, resulted in some of the folk stories and beliefs were actually transcribed by monks who were Christian. So they like to write these down instead of having them perpetuated by word of mouth. I am terrible today. I almost feel like we should stop this and re-record it. Okay. So some of these accounts state that the Kelpie retains its hooves even in its human form, which I feel like we talked about something on a different podcast or a different show that had people, but they had hooves. Oh, the claws. What was that?
Oh, that was
Oh Lord, I can't remember.
I can't either, but I know exactly what you're talking about because we did talk about that before.
Oh, it was the black-eyed children, wasn't it?
Black-eyed children.
Yes. Yep. How some of them had claws. Yeah, so some of these stories are claiming that the human forms of the Kelpies keep their hooves, and it actually led to the association with the Christian notion of Satan. So just like the Greeks and the god Pan, who Pan is a satyr, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And so Robert Burns actually refers, and I don't know if you know who Robert Burns is, but he's obviously a really famous poet, a Scottish poet. And that was a terrible Scottish accent. Please don't kill me. Robert Burns. And he has a poem called Address to the Devil, which I read some of it, and it's actually, I don't know. It's so weird to read because he writes in a way that's like a Scottish accent almost. So it's in English, but some of the words don't look like English, so I don't know.
Does he say like Vera instead of very?
No, well, I don't know. So, no, I can't remember exactly. I should have wrote it down because I maybe could have given it like a try to read, but it's just very, very like there's a lot of apostrophes in the middle of words. So obviously they're dropping letters in the middle of words. Right. So it's just very like, I don't know. But I know exactly what you're talking about with Vera.
Yeah.
Vera. I've read too many Scottish books. Romance
Me too.
All right. Address the Devil. Okay, yeah, look that up. Address the Devil, if you guys are interested in that.
Address the Devil.
Address to the Devil, yeah. So, when a Kelpie appeared in its equine persona without any tack, it could be captured using a halter that is stamped with the sign of a cross. So you could get a Kelpie. I don't know, though. How would you know it's a Kelpie and not just a black horse? I have no idea.
Or you're like all roping humans.
Yeah. You're like, I know you're a Kelpie. Come here. That's not weird at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so...
Again, that's normal. That's normal.
It's totally normal. And its strength could then be harnessed in tasks like transportation of heavy stones and things like that. Because apparently a Kelpie in its equine form is as strong as like 10 regular horses. So it's like really super strong. And so one of the folk tales describe how the Laird of Morphy captured a Kelpie and used it to carry stones to build his castle. And once the work was complete, the Laird released the Kelpie, he was evidently, obviously, unhappy about his treatment because he was used as a slave, basically. And it issued a curse before leaving. And I guess I'll give this a go, but again, weird words in English. So it's Sir Back and Sir Baines, driven the Lord O'Murphy stains. The Lord O'Murphy'll never thrive, as langs the Kelpies alive. So that is the little curse that the Kelpie put on the family. And apparently it was believed to have resulted in the extinction of the Laird's entire family. So I don't know what happened there, but the family.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, he cursed the family. Some Kelpies were said to be equipped with a bridle and sometimes a saddle and appear to be ready to be ridden. And of course, if you mount them, they will run off and drown you in the river or the lake or the loch or whatever. So this is different, even though it's kind of the same. So if a Kelpie was already wearing a bridle, exorcism might be achieved by removing it, and the bridle taken from the Kelpie is then endowed with magical properties, and if it's brandished towards someone, is able to transform that person into a horse or a pony.
Really?
Which is kind of cool, I gotta be honest.
It is kind of cool. But I thought that if you took their bridle, you could control them.
I think if you want to, but maybe they're just saying, like, if you take their bridle
and just get rid of the spirit itself, and then
right, keep the bridle and not use it on a horse necessarily, or a Kelpie, or whatever the hell you want to say. But just have it as a talisman. I don't know what you would do with something like that, but
turn people into horses, duh.
Yes, and ponies. I would love to turn a person into a pony.
There's so many people that I would just turn into horses' asses.
Yeah. Like a nice
not even the whole horse, just the ass.
A nice Shetland pony with their shaggy fur. I love Shetland ponies. I think they're adorable.
I also think they're adorable. I think ponies are adorable. And I have decided that if I ever get a black horse, I'm naming him Kelpie.
That would be freaking awesome. Oh my gosh. I also want a horse named Kelpie now. A black one.
Yes, a black horse named Kelpie.
That'd be awesome. All right. I guess that's going to be our goal, Tristan. We're going to get a horse named Kelpie.
Yes.
So apparently, just like cinematic werewolves, I don't know very much about werewolves. I thought this went for pretty much the legend of werewolves, but a Kelpie...
Oh, I know so much about werewolves.
Oh, good. So is it true that it's only cinematic werewolves that you can kill with a silver bullet? I don't know.
That is true. That is actually true.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
In lore, you are supposedly not able to kill werewolves with silver bullets in lore.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they put that in movies to make people feel better.
Right, because in a movie, like if you are fighting a werewolf, you would have to be able to kill it, right?
Yeah, if the good guy is going to win. Right.
Right.
Yeah. That's interesting.
So you had to give him a way to kill it. Yeah.
I did not know that, honestly, because I don't know that much about werewolves. Lichen,
I know
right?
a ton.
That's what they're called.
Lichen,
yeah.
Yes.
I like that word. That's what I know.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah, the Lycanthrope Society. Is that a plate? Is that a thing? I might want to join that.
It's a group of people.
They'll probably believe that they're werewolves.
I'm so sorry.
That's awesome. I want to join that just to see some people that think they're werewolves.
I'm so sorry.
Dude, you know it's like a furry party, and all these people are like gathering in the woods in their furry costumes and
do they sing
doing things that we probably do not want to be involved in.
Are they singing "What Does the Fox Say"? What does the fox say? Okay. Oh god, we're gonna get sued or something. They're gonna copyright our thing because I said that. Okay, so apparently, like these cinematic werewolves, Kelpies can be killed by shooting them with a silver bullet, after which it is seen to consist of nothing more than turf and soft mass-like jellyfish. And according to
Ew.
I know it's gross. So, and according to an account that was published I don't know when, but at some point, when a blacksmith's family were being frightened by the repeated appearances of a water kelpie at a summer cottage, the blacksmith managed to render it into a heap of starch or something like it by penetrating the spirit's flanks with 2 sharp iron spears that had been heated in a fire. Sounds like a pretty awful way to go, I gotta be honest.
I agree.
Yes,
That's bad, yeah. Into a starch-like substance.
Yeah, it's gross, right?
That is gross. That's very gross.
Okay, so before I'm going to talk about the Loch Ness again. Do you remember what I was talking about when I said I'm going to talk about that later? Because I really don't. And I don't have it written down, so...
What exactly? Well, you talked about it. What happens to you if you get on the back of the Kelpie?
It doesn't matter. It obviously
I do
wasn't...
not remember now.
It obviously wasn't important because I didn't have it written down. I thought it was a silly thing, so I didn't do it, probably. Oh, well. Anyway, so we talked about how the Loch Ness was most widely... The Loch Ness. Yeah, it was the most widely reported site of Kelpies. And so, obviously, several stories of not just Kelpies, but mythical spirits and monsters are attached to the loch's vicinity, which date back to the 6th century of St. Columba defeating a monster on the banks of the river Ness, which is obviously the Loch Ness. Early 19th century Kelpie that hunted the woods and shores of Loch Ness was tacked up with its own saddle and bridle. A fable attached to the notoriously nasty creature was the Highlander James MacGregor taking it by surprise, cutting off its bridle, which is obviously the source of its power and life, apparently. And without it, it apparently will die in 24 hours. And this is just part of a fable. I don't know if, this is actually tied in with the Kelpie legend or not. But apparently will die within 24 hours if you don't put its bridle back on it. So as the Kelpie had the power of speech, it attempted unsuccessfully to bargain with MacGregor for the return of its bridle. And after following MacGregor all the way to his house, the Kelpie asserted that MacGregor would be unable to enter his house while in possession of the bridle because of the presence of the cross above the entrance of the door. MacGregor, apparently who's so clever and witty, outwits the creature by tossing the bridle through the window and apparently causing the Kelpie to accept its fate and leave, cursing and swearing.
I would be too.
Yeah, I'd be like, motherfucker, like, what did you just do?
And honestly, when you were saying that he wasn't going to be able to take it in the front door, I was like, why don't you just throw it through the window?
Yeah, like, what the heck, man? Why didn't you just, what? Well, he did. He's so clever. That clever MacGregor. So the myth is further perpetrated. I cannot talk today. I don't know what's going on with my brain, man.
That was me the other day. I'm just going to do it.
I got a brain cloud. It's further perpetrated. I'm not even going to say it. Oh, gosh.
At this point, I don't even think I could say it properly.
No, I don't even know what's going... Perpetuated. Thank you.
Perpetuated.
With further tales of the bridal, it's apparently passed down through the family, the MacGregor family. And it's referred to as the Willock's Ball and Bridle. And apparently it had magical powers of healing. A spell was made by placing the items in water, so obviously the bridle, while chanting in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And apparently this water could then be used as a cure for everything.
Snake oil.
Exactly. It is snake oil. Oh man, Tristan, I want to see a Kelpie. I don't know about you, but
I do too.
I feel like Kelpies are crazy, and I hope they're real.
I actually don't, because I want to go see Loch Ness one day, and I do not want to run into a Kelpie while I'm there.
All you have to just, I mean, I don't, Oh, that's right.
Becca,
What?
it's a black horse. I'm going to be tempted to pet it. And
I
I'm going to
would.
be stuck to the damn
Oh
thing.
shit! I would definitely want to pet it.
Right.
Oh, I never
I'm
even.
screwed.
I never even thought of that. Um. Listen, I just found part of the Address to the Devil by Robert Burns, and this is apparently the part about Kelpies, and I'm gonna try to read it, but I'm not gonna do a very good job. So when throws dissolve the snowy horde, and float the jingling icy board, then water Kelpies haunt the ford by your direction, and nighted travelers are lured to their destruction. Kelpies.
I like it.
And that's just part of it. I don't know all of it. Robert Burns is pretty insane. And I also just remembered the little story that I heard of the Kelpies not liking your accolades or niceness. So,
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
yeah. So, and this is pretty much my last thing. So, there's a story that is actually written in a book, and I don't know what the book's called because I don't want to look for it right now. But it goes something like the Kelpies build this bridge, and it's like a beautiful bridge with these four beautiful golden posts, and it's like a gorgeous bridge that they can use because they're tired of crossing the river in the water, so they decided they want to go on land. And apparently a traveler crosses the bridge and is so thankful that they're, thankful, and they're like, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, to the Kelpie. And the Kelpie dislikes it so much that they destroy the whole entire bridge. They smash it into dust, pretty much, and let it fall into the river.
What a bunch of dicks.
Because they're so mad that some guy's happy that he could use the bridge. They're like, fuck you, dude.
What a bunch of dicks.
Hey,
Jeez.
at least the guy didn't get eaten by a Kelpie.
That's true, but don't ever think it, Kelpie, because they will just
No, they don't like it. Apparently, they hate being thanked. I don't know why.
That's awful. Jeez.
Also, I think I didn't add that because it has a lot of words that I can't pronounce.
Oh.
So I was like, I'm not even going to try that, but I don't. Maybe I could find it really quick. But yeah, so that's my little thingy thing on the Kelpies, and stay the F away, man. Just
Yes, I know.
Away. So yeah,
I'm hoping they're not real. Because I want to go to Loch Ness. I want to
also
see the
wanna go
Loch
to
Ness monster.
Dude,
I don't want to
wanna
get
see
ate by
Nessie
Kelpies.
bad. Right, as far as I read, like, there is no way to avoid being eaten by a Kelpie.
You just get eaten by a Kelpie.
Unless you don't get on his back. I mean, if you can somehow, like the little boy, refuse to get on its back, then you'll be fine. But
Well, he had to cut his own hand off, though.
yes, but he did not get on the back. He just made the mistake of petting the Kelpie.
See, that's what I'm saying. I like both my hands where they're at.
Yeah.
And why does it have to look like a horse?
I'm not sure. So, it's really weird because
Horses don't even live in water.
yeah, that's what's strange, right? Like, how are they associated with water if they're horses? Like, what do they do? Horses,
I don't know. That's
horses
very
can
weird.
swim, but I don't think they
They
want
prefer
to.
not
Like,
to. Yeah.
they have hooves. But it's weird because I was gonna do, like I said, Selkies and Kelpies together because they're really similar. But if you don't know what a Selkie is, it is a seal that can transform into human shape. So that makes more sense to me because they also live in the water.
Right. Seals. Great.
Yes, but they do very similar things, which I'm not going to get into because I may someday want to do an episode about Selkies.
There you go.
Which I probably will, so.
Good. I love lore. Lore is some of my favorite.
I feel like it's I don't know. I don't know why I've been doing lore lately, but
It's okay. I'm okay with it. I've been stuck on sanatoriums, so
See, it's weird because I love places like that, but I'm like always afraid that like if I find one that I really like it's just gonna be like the typical sanatorium stuff, which I'm like whatever. But
Right.
I like the really creepy unknown ones, like Tranquil.
Right.
Go back and watch
I
Tranquil.
also like them. That's a good one.
It is a good one.
It is a good one. I actually just watched the whole video today because we were having sound issues in a couple videos before. So I went and I just watched the whole thing because I wanted to check out the whole video. The audio was great, by the way.
Yes.
But it was a very good video.
I watched it when I was editing it, and I thought it was also very good.
I liked it. I thought it was a good episode.
Dude, this is going to be one of our shortest videos. We're just at 41 minutes right now. And I feel like it's because I was not very prepared. But there's not a lot of information about Kelpies, sadly enough. Like I said, I could find probably 20 pages worth of stuff about Selkies, but almost nothing about Kelpies, which is weird because Kelpies are crazy.
They are crazy. I agree. And I thought it was very good, even though it is a shorter video.
It is.
Or a shorter case. I like it.
I love Kelpies.
Because I like the lore. I dislike them extremely. And it pisses me off. They look like horses.
Yeah, it's messed up, man. Especially black horses.
It makes me mad.
I think black horses are awesome.
Me too. I love black horses.
Oh, they're so beautiful. Black beauty. Hello.
But one day when I own my ranch, I am going to have a black horse named Kelpie.
Yeah.
Not even lying.
And that's going to be a warning to people to stay away from it. Or it will eat you.
Well, just Scottish people, because everybody else is going to be like, why did you name your horse Kelpie?
What does that mean? What's happening?
You have to be Scottish to understand. Shut up.
Or we'll say, go back and watch our video, ParaSisters, on Kelpies.
Yes.
We'll direct them. Here you go.
Yes.
Oh, Lord, I'm sad. Sad person.
It's okay. I haven't even done anything this week yet for mine. I told you it's really... I don't know if it's even a true thing, so...
That's okay if it's not.
Well, I don't, because I can't find anything about it, so...
I don't think Kelpies are real, Tristan. Shh, don't tell anybody.
Are you kidding? Seriously?
I know, it's shocking.
Just crush my whole world, why don't you?
Sorry, I'm so sorry. It's terrible.
Now you're going to tell me that Loch Ness Monster isn't real.
Dude, Nessie...
Or Sassy's not real.
Nessie is so real. I believe that Loch Ness Monster is real.
You're going to try to tell me that fairies aren't real next, aren't you?
I also,
Fairies aren't real.
Yeah, because Sassy ate them.
Only fairy godmother.
Because she said that Sassy ate them.
It's like, oh, really? Dude, I totally believe that Sasquatch is real.
Smart ass remark like that, you're gonna get a dislike from me.
Oh.
No, I think Sassy's real. I think Sasquatches are real.
She thinks Sassy's real.
I really actually want to see a Sasquatch.
I do too. I also would like to see a Sasquatch.
I
would like to see a white
awesome.
thing. I really want to know what the hell's going on there too.
A white thing.
In one of her videos, I was walking by when we were moving around.
A white thing.
Yeah,
And she's like,
a white thing.
Oh, Lordy.
Anyway, so you guys should follow us on Facebook at Rebecca Tristan, and you should follow us on Instagram at Cerebus_occultus. Sorry, I got that backwards. Occultus_Cerebus.
Dude, I didn't even realize. I'm like sitting there nodding. I'm like, yep, that's right. Right there. Yeah.
Twitter, Occultus Cerebus. And Rebecca and I discussed this on our last after our last video, and we have decided that we would like you guys to email us your guys' stories, and we will do a like a follower's tale type episode where we read your guys' stories
Yes.
on our episode. So you guys can email us your stories at occultistcerebus@gmail.com.
That's right. And hopefully we get a lot of them, and then we can like have like whole episode of it. Otherwise, maybe we'll just read like one or two per episode, and at the end or something, since all we do is talk anyway. Might as well fill that up with useful information.
Right. But we want to know about your guys' paranormal happenings. We want to know about your
Yes.
very personal, we want to know about these things. We want to know if you've had anything spooky happen to you.
Dude,
We want to know if you've seen black-eyed children or
Yeah.
have seen your doppelganger. That's awesome to us.
Dude, I only have one like experience with spooky things, and I wish I've had more, but I have like I've been scared. Like I've scared the shit out of myself for no reason. But I've had only one time where I am 99% sure that something paranormal happened to me.
Really?
Yes. Maybe I'll tell it now. Maybe we'll wait. Who knows?
You know what? Let's hold off on that, and
Yeah.
we'll
Okay. Yeah, it's a good one, so we'll wait.
yes.
All right, y'all.
And
Make sure
let's
you're
wrap this one up.
Yeah, make sure you're following us. Make sure you like us. Even if Sassy gives us a thumbs down, well, maybe we'll start trolling him. We'll troll him. But yeah, make sure you like us. Make sure you have our notifications turned on so you don't have to look for our content when it comes out. It's just there.
That's right.
It's in your
Yep.
face. Because trust me, my son, baby Nessie, has 1,000,000 notifications that I get on my phone every single day. Be like that.
Be like that. Also follow us on any platform you get podcasts on. We're on Spotify, Pocket Cast, Google, so many of them. So you guys follow us pretty much on any platform except for Apple. And if you are that one Apple listener, let us know and we will put it on Apple.
Dude,
But
I
if you
totally
do not,
will. I totally will for one person. For real.
if you don't let us know, we're probably not going to put it on Apple for many, many years.
I may do it someday when I have more time. But anyway, yes. I was going to say something else, but I'm very, very, very forgetful tonight. So I'm just going to say, I'll catch you all on the flip side.
Yes, and you all stay creepy.
Peace.